Had a bit of a shaky tournament, falling to Godsent on their opening game. And going out with a whimper here would be not the way they want to close the year after a pretty successful 2021. Getting ready for the A-pop, delaying it by a few seconds, and karrigan spots that hut rush. broky behind the door, locking them out of the sight. The smoke even misses main because he shuts the door on it. Twist has helped out, bomb is loose, lurk outside to find something, but all the executions coming in for FaZe on top. Shush does kill Rain on the ramp flank, and maybe there's a chance to get weird here for Heroic.
Yeah, I do like what Shush has done here, right? Like, he immediately roots in towards ramp, but he's not committed to it. Instead, hoping that this would bait a lobby push out of FaZe. And so right now, he has, you know, a 1v1. It's actually not to broky, it's to karrigan.
No, what?
And there's Shush with the frag. broky's forced out by the Molotov, and suddenly this is a 2-on-2. Olof could save the whole damn day right now. Just shot up the back of the head, leaves it all on cadiaN. That bomb cut loose down in the A bomb site. He's going to have to go dropping in if he wants to win this. Now, Olof's been left in the lobby. broky's going for a big wrap, looking like he wants to recommit up into heaven once contact is made, but it's never needed. Olof locks in the round, and FaZe, they win the pistol. broky made a huge play there, man. I love what he did. He hangs around by the door, and as you say, not only does he get that opener, but he actually closes the door on the main smoke, blocking the smoke from ever reaching main, which left angles open for twists. And on top of that, it meant that Squeaky was smoked. You couldn't trade, you couldn't do anything. You lose an entire avenue of approach.
Even later when he goes roof, right, because he gets mollied off in lobby. When Olof comes back in hut to get the kill, you're wondering why Shush still staring. It's because broky dropped off roof to make noise, so Shush was looking at end of lobby. That set Olof up for the kill in the 2-on-2. Nice little bit of teamwork there for FaZe, and it's only going to get easier as Rain farms. Little eco kills, Glocks about, but not for long. Everyone wants their ecos. Got to get that HLTV rating some way, and 2-0 right now for FaZe. Not in the series, but in the map. That's the hope, that's the dream. But guns are coming out swiftly for Heroic.
Yeah, you know, it's nice getting these little confidence boosters in for Rain. I think Janko did make that good point earlier where he said, like, he has had a kind of really troublesome start to this tournament, but prior to that, we've been having good performances out of this guy. Yeah. So if you do get him unlocked, if you do get him online, and you were able to, you know, win out that last map with him being so quiet, it's only going to make you that much more terrifying. Here's the investment from Heroic, though. Bonus round for FaZe. And aggression from both the MP9s. karrigan pushed the lobby and Rain's gone aggro outside. Nice. That's free. And an upgrade potentially there for him. They're going to try and reactivate elsewhere. They're looking for answers, but every time they've tried to push and prod an area of the map, I was going to say it's come up. Yeah, it is still coming up in favor of FaZe, as tenuous as it's getting. And Heroic are down to 3. This was, as mentioned, the bonus round from FaZe. This was mainly like SMGs, FAMASes. Yeah. And they're in a really good spot. It's
the SMGs that have dragged them into this position, right? Close outside and pushed to the hut. Found another. So FaZe just got to convert it now. Rain got out with the AK. So even better armed. Deep smokes outside. And luckily, no one in Garage to stop them. He won't take the AK. karrigan just walks it. Now he can grab it on his retreat. And Heroic, even if they cross down lower, broky's already here. Gone down into the secret. Heaven info, and that's a danger with those wide smokes, right? You can't crouch underneath that one. You're going to get spotted. FaZe now confirmed. broky, he's got one and drops the bomb, but no more. Still good enough. There's a lobby lurker alive. karrigan going to back up into him, and they got Shush trapped at least. He doesn't know there's a second man in position, and so Twist waits patiently for the kill to come to him, and they all do as FaZe find a third. Not a bad start to this map, winning their bonus round as well, getting out with all the goods.
And we might only be a couple rounds deeper right now. Rain sat up top of the board, 5-1. This is where you push F12, you get that screenshot, you get the proof, you go.
Before you fall off, get it quick.
That's what I do, at least.
Yeah.
It works every time. Heroic need answers very, very quickly. You know, you don't want FaZe to... Oh, they're going to try and bench drop, but karrigan... He both literally and metaphorically closes the door on, and there it is. Oh, Tess says, knocked out as well by Rain. And yeah, the attempt at the fast pop down towards the vent It's not gone.
That was
That's
a dink.
dink, bro. But Twist, he's got like an iron dome.
Built different.
He's got the diamond helmet on, bro. Look at him.
karrigan called like, oh, they're vent diving. I'm blind. They probably made it. Olof dropped lower. He's like, nope. No one's here, mate. You got 3, actually. They find that final kill eventually. A nice clean start for FaZe. I mean, this is a picture-perfect beginning. If you ever wanted a map to start strong, this is it, right? Like, you know, nice, confident pistol round, winning your bonus, getting upgrades, melting them on the eco rush outdoor. Like, this is a great start for FaZe. Let's see if they can keep it up. Guns out now for Heroic. They know what they're up against. They know that FaZe are bringing the heat, and they need to have a response now.
Yeah, they throw these outside smokes, right? I like this, like the first rifle, they tried to take this default. This time it's a lot more kind of, you know, full of direction from the get-go. It's the immediate cross out, and yeah, there's no accounting for that one if your range just dome through the smoke. Pretty brutal as far as it goes. Refresh has been able to get down secret, but this is all it is towards outside, right? They go, Refresh, we're gonna send you down lower. You're gonna just throw some chaos out there. You're gonna try and apply some pressure. And the rest of Heroic wait back in the lobby.
FaZe aren't convinced, mate. They're going back to gamble stack A.
Oh my. And here's
That could be where it ends up.
It is a bit awkward, yeah, because like Refresh, he's hoping he can catch someone, you know, like rotating down towards B or draw rotates, but instead,
No way.
FaZe have read this. That's the bomb. karrigan dropping it. And even though he's traded after that, that's still a lot of info for FaZe to go off of. Now, if Heroic do decide to head into ramp, especially with Refresh already down lower, that could be their route to save this one. Yeah. And that's looking like the decision. broky tucked in at hell, really got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, this is around where you're already thinking about saving, right? Like, as you said, Refresh already down B, Heroic. I feel like karrigan could have gotten out, right? He's obviously feeling it, but would have been nice to see him escape there and maintain that 4-on-4. Instead, he was very low, and Heroic just come hunting. Olof, that's the round, pretty much said and done. They knew about the possibility, but they had no confirmation that Refresh had made it down. And so with Heroic regrouping and meeting on the ramp side, it's a round on this T side. About time. Still good money and guns kept for FaZe. That's why they poke their head in. But you may as well keep that cash while you got it.
Yeah, I really like that from Heroic as well. Like they, as we were kind of talking about in the beginning of this round, the first rifle, they try to take like a bit of a slower default. You know, they walk a guy outside while they're pressuring ramp, they're holding lobby. That time they throw the outside smokes and they get away with the round on the back of it with the B plant. Now what that's going to do is maybe make FaZe a little more worried about these outside smokes, and that only makes them more effective for Heroic to use later on, right? You kind of sell them on this idea that, yeah, we're going to use outside. When these smokes go down, there's going to be, you know, a reason for that. We're doing something with them.
They've also got a variety of outside executes, as do most good Nuke teams in 2021, right? Like, we've already seen 2 different smoke walls from Heroic, and we haven't even seen the standard ones, right? The normal red cross, you know, just 1, 2, 3 smokes. So, yeah, Heroic have at least 3 ways to throw the outside smokes, if not more. And there's lots of ways to use them, whether it be cross secret, to fake, to pop main, to go garage. There's so many options available outside. That's why it's you know, the most popular position on this map. FaZe leaning away from it in this round. karrigan can't do it again. Spam through the smoke this time. And they've dropped B, 2 of them, trying to come back up outside, expecting Heroic to take this yard, and they are. They're lining up the util. There's still a smoke by vent, so Rain's holding on, or Twist rather, making sure no one's gone down. Rain is coming up, but he gets molotoved in secret, and that once again gives Heroic dominion over yard. If they want to do it again and split ramp into this B site after they have lower, there's still 2 players here, although broky peels back, and it's only Olof left.
Oh, that's a nice timing caught by Rain.
Awkward.
Now with the re-smoke down from Olof, yeah, there's a bit of a gap in that, and that might give them the confidence to go running through Olof. They run him down. broky is set up in hell to thin this herd out a little bit, and there's still players down on B should they be needed. However, Rain's already snuffed out. That was Tessez catching him over towards main, and that might pull Heroic back, no longer wanting to drop down lower. as we say, you know, we did have Rain and Twists both there. Twist is still lost to that B bomb site, but karrigan and broky are over here on A. These two were the beginning and ending over on Inferno. That was always the way, but now broky's going to do it all. That's a hell of a flick. Any more, they drop down lower, but lower isn't safe, man. Twist has been waiting here all damn round for his chance to pounce. This is the opportunity. Twists with one. It's a clutch attempt from broky. The AWP dropped. And he's onto the M4. Stown's feeling the pressure. Heroic, they needed answers. They need this round. It's their chance to start to get some onus over this game. And Stown is often the guy to put a stop to broky's clutches.
Oh, the double back. This is the timing, though. How long will Stown consider it? He heard the flash come through, and now he's starting to doubt. Both doors are off. Could be either way. Timings. broky, he's being held, and Stown turns around as broky clears the corner. Perfect play. The anxiety of that bugged, broken door. One of them off. It helped out for Twist, right? He was able to catch them by surprise in the lower site, and then broky fakes him out. We call him a clutcher, and he shows us why.
Mate, that AWP shot as well.
Yeah.
That AWP
what a wrist
shot.
breaker. He couldn't see him for so long because of the nade.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say, mate. Like, even when he gets it, I was thinking, like, how did you just see that, man? Like, I'm struggling even with the X-ray.
FaZe keep making right calls, but because Heroic are playing slow, they keep pulling out of ramp in the mid-round. That's like twice that FaZe have left ramp as Heroic are grouping for it. It's awkward. They're still winning the rounds, though, which is the funniest part. But yeah, it's getting scary. Quick outdoor. This time, karrigan's not there to support. He just gets in time, but Heroic are already down lower heavy. We've seen these quick B-rotates from Olof. He's ready as well. Drops down. Nade shows that Tessus is up close, and he's fully blind as Olof sets himself up for a double kill. Man, he is free.
That's a little awkward as well because, you know, the bomb and Tessus made it down low, but he didn't want to plant. Like, if he plants there, the round's over, it's done. So he tries to rush the ramp kill. It was like the only option he had, really. And I think you have to come to terms with when you're left with one man down lower out of the two that make it through vents. You know, the round was pretty screwed from that point onwards for Sjuush and cadiaN. They've got these rifles, they've got these AKs. It's about how much damage can they do. It's just the whole map is a big question mark. All the real estate owned by FaZe. And even though you've dealt with karrigan, well, that's just info for FaZe to work off of. Right now, they know where this last man is.
Double peeked. Oh, nice shot. Still an AWP to deal with, and broky, he can give it up, but he doesn't want to. Full faith in his aim, and he hits the shot. Of course he does. 8-1. It's not the, you know, I was going to say slow start. I wouldn't even say broky had a slow start on Inferno, but he was struggling to win rounds single-handedly. He was struggling to come in with clutches, and that's because it was a T-side start with an AWP. We see the difficulties. Right now, CT Nuke, probably, maybe you'll disagree with me, Harry, probably the best half in the game to AWP on right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I could put it up there with maybe like an overpass, something like that, like another AWP-dominated map. But no, man. Yeah, I mean, you so often see AWPers come alive here. Also, I think this is one of the maps that's really benefited from the A1S buff. Like, those outside smokes, the vent drop, these are all things that are made so much tougher in the A1S meta because of that smoke spam potential, right? We've seen it out of karrigan in main. We've seen a smoke spam outside when the smoke walls go down. And there's very little you can actually do to respond to that nowadays. You don't have those traces to fire back against. There's no longer really a risk, right? It's like, for FaZe, if it smokes down, you may as well be spamming it. They aren't going to be able to answer back.
All right, more of a standard first smoke outside now, and the normal wall. This is the third different attempt, or third different type from Heroic we've seen. Refresh gets beaten up, crossing though, down to 7. And broky's gone down lower to report, keeping karrigan on ramp. Rain's back garage to make sure no main split or tomfoolery can go down outside. Instead, Heroic, they don't know they're being heard, but with Rain back garage, those steps are communicated over. Olof is now ready for lower control. Gonna just smoke it off preemptively. Make sure they can't commit, swap out, refresh is low. He'll just be the cannon fodder, jumping round corners and getting traded. A gap that no one's exploiting. And there's the ramp push, this double ramp setup that has been, you know, like, what's the word? Consistent, rather, for FaZe. They've been doing it time after time. This time they push up. They knew that Heroic were already heading lower, and so they take back lobby. That's a lot of info for FaZe. They lose Rain outside, but Olof is still here.
With the swing. Oh, I can't quite convert the second. And so maybe Heroic are in with a chance. Shush catches karrigan over towards the vents. broky trying to get by. They're at double door. The time in, it's
Up
making
vent.
you kind of clench a little, and Twist is holding the top of the vent. So if they try to come up A, they could be dead. It all hinges on where this is looking to end up. If
Shush heaven.
Yeah, I think Shush is going to try go heaven, maybe. But no, wait, they've opened the door. They are committing to B. They run into broky. And so now Twist's 1-on-3. This one might get away from... I think Heroic, you know, it got a little bit confusing there for a moment. They didn't want to outbrain themselves.
Yeah.
They make the right call. They group up. They get past broky at B. I think no matter what, as long as you're all on the same page there, you're golden.
Time was also a factor. You know, Shush was hell at like 22 seconds, and maybe he's making the suggestion, I can go up heaven, you can come up vent. Like you're in vent, you know, what could go wrong? But the anxiety of, okay, we've already lost lobby. They could be door. They were. Twist was sitting there. Like Twist wins a round if they go up vent more likely than not. And Shush couldn't have covered, couldn't have cleared that from heaven. So I think with the time low, Heroic, like you said, don't outbrain themselves. Make the safe call. We've got lower. We've got to pick. Let's commit. And so they do, up to 2. But a gun saved and more money here for FaZe to rebuy. This will be their last if they lose, though. Eco on the horizon. And Heroic's way to earn their way into this map. Kind of an awkward spot for broky as well. Where the hell do you play on lower B site with an AWP?
Outside smoke's going back in, but take a look at this, right? Take a look at Rain trying to get cheeky with it. Was attempting to peek over the top of them. Heroic, they run one man down in refresh, trying to give this like illusion. Oh, well, we're doing the same thing we always do, right? It's just one guy running, barreling through. And in reality, the other 3 have all crept through these smokes towards outside. And look, FaZe, they've up and left main. There's a bit of a gap. I mean, Twist is holding it. I don't know why he's ever looking at Hut here. It's making me a little nervous, I guess, because...
angle,
yeah, karrigan's deep in that, so needs to support Twists, can't manage it, and now he's all alone, having to hold down the A bomb site solo. They're rushing him from either side, and there's Refresh dead. With that smoke in Hut, yeah, it's just coming up through heaven that has to steal it away. And with that double, he will manage it.
Super nice bit of conditioning for Heroic with somehow these outside rounds have gone, like you said, with Refresh running to sell the fake. And so FaZe just, you know, once again, lean heavy into A, drop down lower from ramp, and that gives Heroic so much room. Hello, Olaf. Doesn't take the knife because Stan does turn around. Oh, he heard the hit there. Flash hit cadiaN, get out. Olof's going to just try and save and T-spawn. But yeah, really nice bit of fakery there. They walk round main, but not only does Refresh, who was early B, come up the vent as the main pop comes in, but they also gave just enough time for Shush to wrap all the way to heaven. So as Twist finds his kill on A, Shush pops out, trades from above, a position that Twist is not expecting. Really nice round out of Heroic. And yeah, you asked why Twist was holding Hut with karrigan tucked in the corner.
So that's what I was going to say.
Isn't too nice.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't. That was like the awkwardness of that setup in a way, right? It's like if it does come towards A, and that was why karrigan felt compelled to swing in the first place. Was that, you know, I'm essentially baiting Twists here, and that's not the outlook we want. He's having to watch 2 angles at once. And that forced a fight out of karrigan that I don't really think he wanted to take. Yeah, the only guy who could hold main once you lost outside was Twists back in the site. So yeah, it's a little awkward.
Nice round for Heroic though. That all comes down to Heroic's cooling and like really complicating things off the back of setting the precedent with some of these previous yard takes. Molly ticks karrigan, he had to go. Shush does get tagged up, but it doesn't matter as Heroic pop their way into the A site. Little resistance by these USPs. And so a 4th round certainly here for the Danes. This game's heating up after all.
And yeah, something that was discussed in that little interview with Parler between cadiaN and karrigan was the fact that when they faced them last time on Nuke, you know, Finn said, oh, we had this big lead, and then we kind of let it start to slip away from us. Maybe we got in our own heads a bit, and then, you know, obviously Heroic end up closing it out. You never want to like try and get too superstitious, but it feels like the more things like that start to happen, the more you get in your head and you go, oh, not this again, right? Like that's the vibe. You hope that's not the case here, because this was a rip-roaring start for FaZe out of the gate. They looked really good, but now we're seeing Heroic piece this one together. I think their kind of conditioning and dominion towards outside has helped them a lot in fulfilling this scoreline, and I think that's something that FaZe are going to have to try and deal with.
Yeah.
But that can be a bit of a double-edged sword. It's almost like the more resources you put to outside, the more that can work in Heroic's favor in terms of throwing these fakes your way.
It really is a chess game between in-game leaders at times, right? But we have seen those responses from FaZe, right? Whether it be dropping too lower early in well, it's been everyone, right? We've seen broky, Olof, and Rain be the B side. Be it ramp pushing from broky and Olof as well to take lobby back. FaZe have had responses, they've had answers, but Heroic is still throwing them questions. Rain pushed up outside. Oh my goodness, the bait. Is Twist going to go first? He says, no, Rain, you can have the glory. Actually, no, it's Twist tucked even tighter, but still a lovely little setup here for FaZe. You kill one of these players and you're Heroic, and you do not expect another. Full smokes coming out. And here's Rain with the contact.
Yeah, it's a classic bait and switch. Rain is the one who's going to make that first contact. Isn't able to win it out, but that's where Twist was meant to shine. And he's managed the trade. Also gets the info that there was no one else towards outside. No one's attempted a trade. No one's came his way. But Heroic very, very quickly kind of pieced together that, well, if they've doubled out, somewhere's got to be weaker. And so they run into ramp on a bit of a whim, and they get full control. Now going B, karrigan dead with the door swing. broky, they're holding for this peak. If he wins it, you're given a bit of hope if you're FaZe, a reason to give this a go. broky has managed that at least, enticing FaZe in. But with Shush wrapping him, that might seal the deal on a save, unless Olof can chase it down. But nah, man, this was really, really nice. The way that Heroic were able to play off of one another there. Beautiful scenes.
Yeah, some of these lurks for Heroic are round saving, right? Be it like sometimes sending a refresh down lower or Shush.
Shush, I think, has been the most annoying so far, right?
Just, you're getting backstabbed so many times. Even Shush, like running away there and mollying, he just knows the numbers are enough. Living there means FaZe cannot win the round. And, you know, Olof trying to hunt that player, gets shot in the back of the head by Tesses.
It's kind of cool because I feel like you're kind of seeing like the two different types of lurking that you can have. In that Refresh is someone who's very much just trying to give you like misinformation, right? He's the guy who's running to secret, making all that noise and, you know, keeping you guessing. He was even looking to do something similar here with the outside push. Whereas Shush, he's a lot more oppressive. He tries to create space and come in on like these round-winning flanks, as it were. You know, think about the amount of times he's gone up towards heaven, came in, there was that round where he deals with Twist, who's solo anchoring down A, and he just creates so much space from his one. So, you know, he's a lot more quiet, he's a lot more grimy, whereas Refresh is a lot louder, just trying to misdirect you a lot of the time.
FaZe, they've got a lot to talk about, a pause called and a discussion had. There's just so many moving pieces, so many parts of Nuke. Can they stay on top of it? Leading by one, but that should be closing up, right? One gun saved, and otherwise scouts and deagles are brought into this round. Shouldn't have much faith in FaZe winning this one. And now just a dry run outside. They wait for the smokes, they do bloom eventually. Or at least one of them. Big gap on the second, but they make it, and really minimal info for FaZe. They know something happened, they know something's down, and Rain finds out the hard way. Everyone lower, he screams. Olof doesn't make it in without info to be grabbed by Heroic. They run him down. A good deeg on the way out. Any more for broky perhaps? You need something now, you need something right here, and Refresh is coming to you through the smoke. If he goes through, there's cover for karrigan. And luckily, Refresh won't make that mistake. Just securing the round with re-smokes at ramp. Heroic finds 6, and Stown is wrapping hell. There's always someone in the back line.
Yeah. And man, like, you know, I think this is where you've got to give cadiaN credit as well for the calling here. Like, how in a round like this, where he knows the money is just bottomed out for FaZe, this is the round where he calls, okay, yeah, we're going to remind them that when we do the outside smokes, it's not just one guy faking it every time, and we're not afraid to, you know, push behind them. If you think about it, you've kind of topped up that fear factor of the outside play once again. At least Twist's looking like he's going to get away with his guns.
Ooh, close, two health off the bomb.
Oh, no, but he might not. Oh, nice. There's another one.
Yeah. karrigan looks so confused there. He got a B-pick, but Twist made the call like, he's behind you. Too late. Doesn't matter. Bit of damage for FaZe. You can be happy with that, right? You were coming in with minimal weapon, and you still double saved that M4, so it could be worse. But yeah, it's Heroic are warming into this map. Fruits of their labor showing. And now the score equal. Ooh, broky. Oh, he bails. He wanted to cross secret, but he knocks into the wall and decides against it. He missed his timing. Gonna hold the main roof. That's where Tessa sits. It seems like they know. They threw a nade up there as well. So some info for FaZe. Perhaps Tessa's hides down. This is an A hit. We haven't seen an A hit, Harry. Not in a while. Twist gonna stop the first. broky does pick Tessus off the roof. He wanted to drop in tandem with his team, who are out, but aren't getting far with it. Bomb now loose, and this round is as good as done in the 2v5. With no bomb, you can't even try and find a gap and get that plant down lower. They're going to look for ramp anyway. Olof spots and drops. He doesn't want to offer up another kill, and cadiaN hunts down, dodging the flash. It's stylish.
Bro, that was stylish.
A beautiful kill for cadiaN.
Yeah, Heroic always managed to make these kind of rounds closer than they have any right to be. And I'm really... it's almost mind-blowing how they managed to do it every damn time. They don't have the bomb. This was a 2-on-5. This should have just been written off from the get-go. But suddenly there's hope again. Suddenly there's a reason to give this a go.
And off the back of no mistakes by FaZe, Olof played that fine. He just ran away. He didn't want to get involved. Oh, did that flash miss?
Yeah, it looked like it. I think it bounced. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Okay, not ideal. Not what you wanted.
Yeah.
And now, at this point, FaZe, they can just stay tucked. This is going to be either some miracle, some divine intervention from Heroic, or FaZe just play this safe. They play it right. Everyone's tucked. No one's giving a fight over. And they haven't checked the CT vent. cadiaN, while he's nailed the first, time's running out. Time's his enemy. Oh, damage. But broky's going to lock it in. As mentioned, right, that was a 2-on-5. It ends with 2 surviving for FaZe. They always manage to get them closer than they have any right to be, but they can't get that over the line. That is just because FaZe, once it gets to that situation where, all right, boys, let's not throw this now, right? Yeah. Like, that's where they really just tuck in. They give you nothing from that point onwards. And Rain getting away with that kill, I think from that point on, it was screwed.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a good round for Heroic. It's one that they say, good job. Yeah, we were like out of that round and we still did damage. Look at the money in FaZe. We can put them on eco and we can win the half just by getting this gun round. And broky getting involved, a different approach to outside. He was trying to do this last time, remember, crossing secret or red, but this time he actually makes the spawn happen. Flashed off and, well, Heroic back up. How fortunate. It's not like Heroic ever knew he made it. And they dodged the biggest danger in the yard. Instead, running the ramp smoke. Olof, it's a beautiful double. Dropping the bomb, they've got to commit. They have to go through. They have to get that kill, and they can't. Olof finds a third before the molly blooms. A smoke on top. Rain, they can get the bomb back, but you are not worried if you're FaZe. A 2-on-5, and this one should not be getting out of control. It's the same 2, though, Harry.
Yeah, and what I was about to say is like last time, the reason why they couldn't do anything with this was because they didn't have the bomb. Like this time, they've at least got that. So if they're able to get into like the same sort of 2-on-3, there's a lot more options open to you here. It still relies on both these individuals stepping up massively. cadiaN sneaking into this A bomb site, tagged on the swing, and he is out of there. He does not want to stick around.
There was an idea. There was an attempt. Is Refresh going to jump out ramp with his knife? Oh, cadiaN gets the info. There's the jump. Olof runs. Not again, Olof. It's deja vu. Run! He can't escape. Not once, but twice. Is this a 2v5 that's going to get our eyes on it again? broky is here to win the round, to shut it down, and they're coming down the ramp. The AWP has seen him. The info is there. He's fired off a shot, and he can't convert the kill. Don't make me scared. Not again, FaZe. karrigan restores balance to the round, and FaZe will not be giving up the half. They keep it contained. 8 at least. And the money saved.
I really hope we see Heroic go back to some of this outside control, because in these last 2 rounds, these are the 2 rounds where they've moved away from it, right? The round before last, where they went for the A hit, they didn't throw any outside smokes, they didn't telegraph anything. And what that meant was, like, if you're FaZe, the moment you see those smokes aren't going down, you go, oh, well, it's either going to be a top hit or a ramp rush. And so they just doubled up in both of those spots. No one was outside. That round, they did throw the smokes, but FaZe pushed through it and get that info ahead of time. And so this time we see that wall of smokes coming in again. It looks like a Molotov went out to try and disrupt it, but I think they've thrown another, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Bring on the wall.
But no, this is good. This is a return to what was working. Suddenly you've left a lot more doubt in the minds of FaZe. You don't really know what's happened with these smokes. You don't really know the numbers as to how many have gotten down. There's a lot more question marks in this round, and FaZe have responded accordingly by dropping 2 onto this B bomb site.
Refresh has been baited in. Olof's playing with the door. He is not going to be ready for karrigan. He is not looking like he wants to clear it, and karrigan's got the freebie. Nice little double lower drop for FaZe, but that was never the aim of the game. Heroic are walking outside. Rain hasn't spotted this yet, but broky has moved in off of ramp. It's now open. A big risk to make with the late round ramp takes we've seen from Heroic. broky didn't realize they're up close though, and Rain also got cleared by Shush at range. So instantly a 3-on-5 has been flipped on its head, leaving Twist alone on the top site. A lot to do. They're wrapping heaven. Stown can reset lobby. The bomb's being picked up outside by Shush. But where does he go with it? Main should be the safe port of call. You don't have time to waste here. 30 seconds. He's going to smoke door and set up to go. Up vent comes karrigan at a perfect timing.
Oh yeah, and with a smoke down here as well. That was the one that was just thrown in. It means that karrigan's safe from heaven right now. Olof has just seen the main play, and they know what's happening. Now Twist gets knocked out right away, but that's the bomb. That's so important. karrigan's backing off to try and hide. There's so little time. Olof could win it just by staying alive with the swing. There's the kills, and Olaf locks it in. The hat trick at a 9-6, and FaZe are up in the lead. Heroic, they're staring elimination dead in the face if they don't pull this one back. Oh, FaZe looking for a 2-0, but can they get there? We'll find out in a moment.
I think our performances this year has been 7, I would say. I think we have our ups and downs, but I think at the moment we are still progressing, and I hope we can get it to an 8 or 9.
Yeah, and it could be with a whimper, at least for the Danes. FaZe right now, who have been unable to knock out this team on Nuke, are leading by 3 at the end of the half. Some masterful calling from cadiaN to start it with some excellent fakery and outside takes, but in the long game, FaZe have come out ahead. An exciting matchup, Harry, a 2-0 perhaps, but they've got to prove it first.
Yeah, FaZe are no strangers to having been in the lead here before and then having it stripped away from them. So, you know, you always have that kind of eating away at the back of your mind, but right now they are the ones up in the lead and they are feeling good about this. We're also having a nice little return to form out of guys like Rain. Yeah, he got that heaven smoke going up and over, but it's not looking like the A play out of the gate.
Well, yes, it is.
Show a bit of presence at ramp, and that's to try and keep this stack here. Now they go back into A late.
Nice smoke.
Smoke as well, dropped over the top from Garage. T-Roof, rather.
Yeah, it's nice because you don't have to open the door and telegraph your play, and also we saw the danger of throwing door smoke in the first pistol, didn't we, with broky blocking it. Little flash play to get your heaven retake activated. He gets out very wide, but everyone's here to receive for FaZe. Double from Rain. Tessa's same story. Main plant, though, and no kick currently. The time ticks to not to the favor of Heroic. Quick tap is going to force FaZe to peek in, but they already know it's fakery. Tomfoolery. Boost to the back of the vent. And can they see the bomb? I think so. broky and Twist find a headshot apiece, and another double might mean nothing unless Stown sticks the defuse. There's just no time. Oh, chasing broky, and that's enough for FaZe to find a pistol.
Man, bro, it's little things like that that just show why he's such a good clutch player in those moments as well. Like, how do you make... He's trapped in, like, the tiniest of cubbies, but even then, he just drags that fight out for, like, the extra second longer than he had to. And then goes on, obviously, to dome the guy anyway. But, you know, it's just a great example of, like, time management. He knows he's won the round on the back of that alone. Nice stuff out of FaZe, and now with a pistol locked in, this is maybe where you start to get a little bit worried. You're looking at Heroic, you're saying eliminations on the line, and they're coming in with a force buy that you're hoping can find results if you're a Heroic fan.
Yeah, FaZe have really come in prepared, right? It's something that we wanted, you know, in this game. You know, playing Heroic, that you're going to have a Nuke pick. Like, you know that's coming through based on history alone. And so FaZe have really done their homework. lovely pistol round execute. I think they dropped karrigan both smokes as well, so he had the heaven smoke, the little ramp fake, and then into the main smoke from rafters of all places. Double scout, Deeks out, and FaZe are B. And no one even knows, Harry. The wall of smokes that FaZe walked behind, and Heroic are only spotting from hell. At this point, it might even be like a blame F round, right? It might just be a, oh, they're going to plant B, let's save. We'll have to see if Heroic work this one out in time. Hey, karrigan could just walk through main, and if he sees 2-3 players, he tells his team to commit. The stack is upper. Win the round, boys.
Yeah, you know, the only danger of this is that, like, in these kind of stack gamble rounds, if you give over this kill and then you go plant B, Heroic might feel tempted in the 5-on-4 to go for it, right? But now, numbers game, we often say that. You might think about saving. Now you're definitely thinking about it, man. If Olof lets you, that is. Little triple up from him in the lobby. 4 bullets, mate, and they're still coming his way. But it's a double scout save out of Heroic, and that's if FaZe let them get away with it. Look at this. They are hunting up from B through the lobby.
Twists.
Oh my God, yeah.
Before we cut to
Bro, yeah. Yeah, he's like back in the site. Wow. Oh, well. Stown should be screwed here.
Oh, baby.
No, karrigan's got the jaws, the maws, the claws out, man. He's cut them down with the knife. A little bit of BM, trying to get in the head of a man like Heroic.
Yeah, day in on day in action. You can't not love it, because you love it, Harry. And FaZe, they're really laying out the red carpet right now with the blood of Heroic. It's fine, though. It's not over yet. It's still a gun round that we're waiting for. It's just going to have to be delayed by one more full eco. And I mean, this is a vibe that karrigan's been feeling all day. If you did miss Inferno, the opener to this matchup, FaZe's pick, they took it, and it was karrigan just absolutely dominating on the T side. Some incredible entry work. So, keeping up appearances here. Now, it is an A stack, and FaZe look like they want it, but it's only USPs.
Yeah, this should never get out of hand, ever.
Surely not.
Here we go. Out they come. Okay,
dear.
karrigan's dead.
Maybe bail.
It's fine.
Maybe bail.
It's still up in the air. The USP's doing something, but now they're pulling through and everything's fine. We were never even worried. Twists gets it all back under control. And so there's the conversions on the back of the pistol for FaZe. This is going to see them with one hell of a lead. And with the CT side locked and loaded for Heroic, this first rifle round matters so damn much, Hugo. Right, if they fall short here, you know what it's like on that CT side. You know how tough it is, you know, to get your finances in order. If you lose this, mate, you're down to a partial investment at best, up against 13. At that point, FaZe are running away with this game. This is such an important round for the longevity of Heroic, not just in the series, but at the tournament.
karrigan, the main drop. The main player backed up outside, but hit the smoke from Yard, eluded his vision. He was too close to the wall. Now they run ramp, and it's a desperate time and even more desperate measures. cadiaN's picked Olaf. That did not go to plan. Literally, that smoke outside screws karrigan's entire round up. He had the main player out. He had the timing to get that A pick, but he couldn't see a thing. And so FaZe are obliterated in an instant. Exactly what we needed from Heroic. You had to lose a player. They'd love to keep it clean, keep it 5 alive. Can a 2v5 be made weird? Heroic certainly gave them a run for their money in similar positions. Got enough smokes to craft a little wall on the fly. And broky's going to try and get down lower, but big gaps are causing problems.
Yeah. I wouldn't really call that one a wall, but luckily enough, right, Twist has dropped this one to give them a little more purchase towards outside. However, there is this gap on it.
It is weak.
Can't expose yourself to Stown as they move into A. There is this crossfire between Shush and cadiaN, and it's so strong, man, because as you're focused on that AWP, as you're homed in on him, you're worried about Heaven, you're worried about Vent, you're worried about Lobby, about Hut. CT Vent is then just able to pop you in the back of the skull, and that's never even needed with cadiaN doming them on that AWP. And I do think if you were going to look towards anyone to try and, you know, reinvigorate Heroic, this is the time we look at cadiaN. This is the time we look to him. Tenured, experienced IGL, incredible AWPer on this map as well. We've had some phenomenal rounds out of this guy. Some of my favorite moments on this map have come out of him, mate. You remember that one? I think it was Furia, where he's, like 1v2, Tech 9, AWP out. Dude, he has given us some phenomenal moments. He has saved Heroic in games like this, on this very map. And so he's someone I'm gonna have to put a lot of attention on here.
Yeah, especially with broky having a great day as well, right? Like he was coming in the first half with clutches, and he's up top of the board right now. So it's reassuring for FaZe, obviously, but yeah, all the more reason for cadiaN to step up. 3 kills with his first CT AWP, and FaZe, they realize they're not out of the woods yet. They've not found this victory at the moment, and a bit of a broken bye. P250 and Rifles going to run a smoke wall as well outside. So it looked like it. Maybe going in a bit later instead. Waiting out those early yard Molotovs.
Oh man,
chunky.
those nades are brutal. FaZe once more are just looking to sneak down behind these smokes. They've done this before, right? Just the hold shift and walk on down. There is already refresh down low and now moving up secret. All around this corner, but there is.
Yeah.
Oh,
dear.
no.
That wasn't necessary. All mates. Oh, the molly hits down. There's nowhere to go. But the B site for FaZe, door going to get swung open. This Tess is already set up. Now, this is very quick. As a third lower player, they're not ready for it. Nades out, broky's caught. Tess says they now know he's here, and if they want to slow it down, they can.
Yeah, I mean, you've just seen a third guy. You might get a bit paranoid just as to how many are down on lower, but it's very quickly falling apart. That moment of pause, that moment of doubt where they start to look elsewhere, suddenly everything's gone awry, and karrigan is left in this one 1-on-3.
That's so awkward. After a double entry down into lower, you're just so sure you can run into the bomb site and plant, but that quick rotate for Heroic just puts so much doubt into FaZe that they spread out and take 1v1s, all of which are lost. karrigan, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. Little smoke towards the door. It's exactly where he needed to throw it to get this bomb planted. But Heaven player, and running through the smoke is Shush. Had enough. No plant for you, no money to be made, and Heroic are trying to claw their way back on CT side.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this was a really nice set of responses out of Heroic, right? And it felt like you kind of saw, as you say, like the moment you see that third man, it starts to get you very, very anxious that, oh no, what if they have got, you know, 4 players down here? They kind of had the read on us, and it was that moment of doubt. Sent the whole round into disarray.
It's a hard spot to clear as well, like rafters there, right? You gotta come out through double and single at the same time and split it. And then there's the added pressure of, oh, has the Ramport rotated? Exactly. It's a Hell player, it's cadiaN, like he's probably gonna be supporting. And yeah, you can understand why FaZe would want to double back in that position, but they just lose all their fights. cadiaN's come up from lower to start the round. broky's buying time. FaZe using this round as a bit of a tactical pause. I'd presume it is live. They're just chatting it away, figuring out what they want to do in the next gun round. Why waste the tac timeouts? But eventually, they've got to go. Like, lambs to the slaughter. That's really all you can hope for. Down in the perfect position to stop this. Unless, oh, okay. A run boost, perhaps? Oh, yeah, I mean, it falls a bit short.
Yeah, and, you know, I mean,
Refresh stole all the kills.
As is the way.
Yeah. Got to be quicker if you want your eeks. Oh, nice.
Tessus is like, oh, I got one. Okay. Right, well, there's no ignoring that Heroic are building back into this game, right? Like, FaZe might have won the pistol, they might have got the conversions, but then the rifles came out, and now it's been a very different story since then. It's not like it's a one-man show either. It feels like we have had big moments out of everyone, right? cadiaN's being a nuisance with this AWP. Tessus' rotations down towards lower have been life-saving. You've got FaZe kind of right where you want them, with everything, all these rounds being all in at this point. Oh, and this time cadiaN's repositioned once more. A fast drop down through ramp. He's looking to go up secret. Considering it looks like FaZe want to throw these outside smokes, this is a big position for cadiaN. He's going to get this info ahead of time as to whether or not it's a fake. You know, is there anyone moving in behind these smokes? The fact that Twist looked like he's been dropped the second makes me think that these are just fake smokes. And yeah, that is the case. Everyone else grouping up in lobby.
cadiaN knows. Oh, it's gone very quiet. FaZe setting up the top hit. Oh, the molly misses. That was for the back of the site. It bounces back. Hot Roof does land, but Shush is still here, unperturbed by the missed utility. With that smoking hut, FaZe just can't commit. It's too much of a deathly choke point. 50 seconds, no grenades, no map control, and no fake that's worked. What the hell do you do here?
That is so awkward. Everything that FaZe have tried in this round has just fallen flat on its face, and it's very, very ugly. It leaves them with next to nothing.
They walk out A, they're dead.
Yeah, you're running into a heavily stacked A bomb site with very little to work with. You just need individuals to deliver. Shush holds on, he does what he can, but ultimately the site is overwhelmed. Considering FaZe had literally nothing to make that happen, that is very impressive. This could have been a stupendously ugly round, and instead they have a bomb plant, they have a 3-on-2, and with cadiaN so low, we are all in on Tessez being the guy who has to make a difference.
Yeah, he has to clear close, though. If he doesn't, it's all a done deal. The barrel, going to give it away. Olof moves. Oh, he gets a spot back. Tessez now. He's still got a 1v1. No one can save Olof here. Got to find more, though. Back of the site is karrigan. Twist up close, hits the shot. cadiaN does the same, and Twist just needs to buy time. A few more seconds ought to do it. cadiaN drops in. One shot, and Twist has got it. Of course, it's the headshot. Style points added, and that is a massive round win for FaZe. They had nothing, but you know what they had? They had one thing, Harry. They had a Molotov. Went behind the CT vent. Couldn't have picked a better place. That is the reason that A site falls apart. Your crossfire is melted. You don't have a smoke to stop it. The one benefit of like doing that super late round play, not that it was what FaZe wanted, right, was that Heroic had no more utility. They used everything they had, so couldn't smoke the molly, couldn't, get the crossfire working. FaZe go 3 for 2 on the entries and somehow win that round. Unbelievable. Never should be theirs. But that's why you believe in the in-game leader. And ooh, look over on the B stream. Fnatic, a map up right now on Ence's pick, 14-13. Fnatic looking to long out this tournament.
It's close. I see Smooya sat up there top of the board right now. That's always a promising sign.
Yeah, Snappy back in the server as well for Ents as well.
Oh, so that's banging, man. I was so glad when he said that he got the test that could get him here.
Paul Madden flies to Sweden, plays a BO1, leaves. But got to do what you got to do. And yeah, Fnatic, I think, everyone's kind of rooting for Fnatic a little bit, like Brits or not. You want to see what this team can actually do. They come off the back of back-to-back flawless event wins into IEM Winter, a LAN with tier 1 teams. It's a very different level of competition. And okay, they lost to Gambit. They put up a good fight. Fair enough. Gambit looking good. But taking down Ents is at least reassuring for Fnatic, if they can do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the million-dollar question, right? Now, I kind of want to go back to that last round that we just had here. Yeah. Obviously, we spoke about this a lot in terms of it was like everything FaZe tried to do went horribly wrong, and they do the outside smokes, and in their head they're going, oh, this is great, like they don't know what's happening outside right now. Well, as we said, cadiaN had that info from Secret. They knew from the get-go. Then they fluff the actual execute, like the Molotov misses, the broky throws, they get smoked in heart. But this is where I think you have to give karrigan some props in that he didn't just commit to that original decision, right? He was like, no, this actually isn't right. The time to strike is not now. I know it might sound crazy, guys, but we're just going to hold off. We've got one molly, but I know if we put that molly in towards CT Vet, there's a chance that can be our opener. It's a very good example of someone making something out of a round that you really kind of weren't cut out to win.
Yeah, but on top of that, right, you wonder, like, is there longevity there, right? Because that's not a reproducible round. That's
no,
100%
no.
Again, so.
But also, that was never, no part of that was like, oh, this is 100% going to plan.
I think the question is just, does FaZe have more cooking, in the back of their mind? Do they have more things to show us on this T half? Because we know Heroic are more than comfortable.
I mean, the complete and utter flip side to this is like, imagine if that was a Heroic round. Imagine, I think at that point, that's when you really start to eye up this idea of Heroic being back in this game, right? To have kind of thrown the gauntlet down and have had your exit go so ugly and then just get turned to mulch on an A play, that would have been devastating. So I think really, like at least for the mental side of the game, it was so important for FaZe to win that when you talk about longevity. Also, we have a little tech pause right now on the heroic side. They've had some problems. These are always a little bit awkward as well because you just had that round stolen away from you.
Love to talk about it.
Exactly. But instead, you're just having to sit there and kind of stew in it.
No, that does hurt. And FaZe, they're feeling a little bit elated, I can imagine. They just want a shocker of a round, so they can just...
Here we go. Here's the lightning recap for everyone.
Speed capture. Did you miss it? Tough.
Yeah. Don't worry, that's a future deal, man. When we get the TikTok partnership, all matches will be played at like 50 times speed.
Yeah. When they cut out.
That's what the kids want nowadays, mate. It's all about like 10-second, easily digestible content.
Yeah, I knew what happened.
CS game's an hour, so we need to figure out a way to condense that into a 12-second format with, some helicopter memes sprinkled in there.
Yeah, it's like the YouTube videos where they cut out all like the ecos and they just put in the highlight rounds, and it's like that, but one step too far.
Yeah, yeah. Has science gone too far?
Maybe with replays like that, but yeah, just a frag movie that will be forgotten. This is an entertaining game, though. I mean, a lot of me still wants a bit of Mirage, because it would, of course, mean that if Heroic pulled this little comeback and then run on to an equal map. And I like that they call a pause after this, right? Because they haven't been able to talk. It's been a tech timeout. Now Heroic, they want to, reevaluate. Okay, guys, the comeback was good. We were winning our gun rounds. It's one little mistake that comes down to a 1v1 that we lose. Like, whatever, go next, pick up another gun round. They've got the money for it. So I don't think Heroic are too flustered right now, despite the score. What do FaZe have to show us?
This is like one of these moments where right now, the ball is still somewhat in your court as to whether or not this comeback keeps coming in, right? You say, if they win this one, they're right back to where they left off, and they break the money of FaZe. Suddenly, the comeback's back on. It's fire in their eyes, and they're all pumped up. If they lose this, however, very different story, and that's where we start to really have to come to terms with this idea that this could be the last time we see Heroic at this event. Ooh, little fight outside. broky spotted him though. He's got him trapped.
Ooh. Smoke does save Stown's life at least. Came down just in time. FaZe have done enough outside to put the fear in Heroic. Look at Rain, he's walking the smoke to garage, and he knows with this cross from Stown that he's got a little bit more room. However, that room is being collapsed upon by cadiaN. Only so far you can go. cadiaN doubles back to ramp though. It's not a bad call. There are still players setting up radio, but that's going to give Rain the room to move if he wants. And there's a spot from Tess's. cadiaN knows they're coming. Up close, karrigan knife out. Only thought it was Tess's deep, and now he shows his hand. 2 kills from Heroic. This is a Rain round. We need him to come in on this big flank. Otherwise, there's nothing FaZe can accomplish. They need to buy time.
Oh, but Heroic is so aware, man. Like, as they're going back to hell, they know they haven't had outside control. They know this is a possibility. Twists. Oh, that's a double opener. cadiaN will deal with Rain, so that flank is a non-factor, but Twists has at least opened up the A bomb site. He's now got to go one step further, though. He needs to keep an eye on broky as this bomb's going down.
Ooh,
Twists takes off another head up through the vent. Stown is looking for the backstab. But is Twists the man you want to try and fight right now with the round he's having? Oh, it's another. He might be on for the ace. All headshots as well. It's clean out of Twists. And it's what was needed to save this round. Only Tess's left. broky's going to make first contact. Twists here as well to help him. Is it the ace? No, broky steals it away. Regardless, it is a hell of a round. All headshots for Twists. Beautiful scenes.
The double hut setup. There's no way he's ready for that one. There's no way he knows what's going on, but he still hits every single shot. That was a round that never should be FaZe's. A 3-on-5 back into the A-bomb site. The non-factor flank that you mentioned, Rain gets nothing done. You thought, mate, he climbed up heaven and cadiaN walked out hell with no info and checked him. Good awareness, but it means nothing when Twist is getting hyped up. 14-9.
Tie this all in back to the context of all the way back on Inferno. Cast your mind back, mate. Twists was nowhere to be seen for the entire first half of that game. The turnaround that this guy has had is monumental, and it's been so important to the success of FaZe in this series.
20-9.
There's nothing for Heroic in this round. It's very mismatched, right? They've got these M4s. They've got to do it all. cadiaN and Shush feeling the bulk of the responsibility, and at least cadiaN's opened up, but it's not without answers, without responses from FaZe Clan.
That's a good refrag. It keeps things even. You get to slow it down. The door smoke comes in, but if anything, that's a sigh of relief for FaZe. A moment to catch your breath, to assess the round. Work out where you want to go and what you want to do. Ramp scout. cadiaN wants info. He's had enough of waiting. Yard has been left with him clearing out Rain, who has been that garage lurk in previous rounds. He's going to take the space, push all the way in. If FaZe hesitate, which they are going to do to set up roof utility for another A-pop, cadiaN is going to be right behind them.
God.
And he might meet them right where they stand in the lobby. This could be the round in the palm of his hand, and cadiaN fires off 1, 2, bomb dropped. cadiaN out of ammo, but it doesn't matter. All the info and almost all the kills. Stown does miss, and FaZe, this one's still up in the air.
Yeah, it's another 2vx out of FaZe that's going to have to come through. broky will win that fight to Stown. Heroic cannot get ahead of themselves here with the smoke down, the bomb out in the open. They're going to try and drop the vent, but broky spammed through it. On the CT side, karrigan was the master of this position, and now he teaches them all about it. He drops down through the vents and gets away with that bomb, but Shush is in pursuit. I don't think he's going to wait around here. They're both going to swing him. They both peek him. And Heroic, they reach double digits. Nice. They managed to get it done with a hell of a lot less. A huge round from cadiaN, a huge read. And then the rest of the boys are able to close it out.
Yeah, you can compare these outside takes for both teams. Like, they were really, like, even though we only had 6 rounds for Heroic, it felt like they moved away from the yard takes eventually, but they were really good when they were running them. FaZe have not had anywhere near the same amount of success outside. Even when they've run full rounds to cross to secret with those smokes, they've been, you know, met with heavy stacks down lower. That round where the third player inside of B of Tess has sent FaZe back up. So yeah, yard has not been good to them, and cadiaN reminds them why. Now it's an eco. As soon as you think the FaZe are in control, ready to shut down the map, they lose to low economy, what was only 2 guns. And now it's their money on the line. So it should be a nice, free, easy round here for Heroic. cadiaN pokes up, gets another. And clean as can be so far.
Yeah, I mean, you know, these outside takes, it can be where, like, Nuke is won or lost, and I think that's why we really homed in as, like, cadiaN is someone to keep an eye on here, and he's really been delivering, right? I think even the fact that he went for a wrap like that in the last round shows he's feeling very comfortable with his position, right? With his real estate. He's got the reads there. Hasn't even needed the AWP outside in any of these rounds so far, but it is an option. It is something they could look towards in the future if they win this round out.
cadiaN, more aggression, this time early, gets in the face of Rain, and can he fade away? He can. Seems like it. Stown's going to have a go as well. He finds karrigan, and they both escape with their lives. Got a feel for Rain, he's been getting picked on his own in the yard. That's the 3rd time that's happened now. Actually 4th if you count the Heaven Wrap. cadiaN's had his number near about every time. They're right behind the Molotov. Tessus hasn't seen broky cross, and olofmeister hits a beautiful headshot. Will they commit, though? They know this double ramp is often the setup. Instead, it's Stown throwing a nade and bailing. He's too low to want to fight this position. He says, if you want B, take it. I got my boy a refresh down there. FaZe are in no hurry. They still have Twist lurking yard. Olof makes noise down lower, but he's not going to be committing on his own. You would think. Oh, my goodness. Surely this is just a fake for Olof to buy time for Twist to take. Bomb stumbling back as well. Olof will commit on his own, and he's putting some time between him and making this noise. Looking away is him and refresh. Timing looks good. Olof's got the headshot. This is a fake being sold hard right now, but the bomb is coming back, and Twist is looking to cut off any outside rotates. There are none. You know now Heroic have to come vent.
Yeah, this is so much info right now. cadiaN could just get shot in the back, and that could really be the end. That could be the demise of Heroic. Twist has got this one lined up. Playing the trigger discipline for a moment, seeing what he could get away with that kill coming in. Heroic, do you even want to give this a go? I mean, it's down so low. You can buy next round kind of anyway. It's going to come with some limitation. But you almost don't want to admit defeat yet, right? You've done all this. You're trying to keep yourself in this tournament at IEM Winter. So you really feel tempted to give this a go. You need to. But with Shush dropped and Stown so low, there should be no hope for Heroic. Dropping into the site, Twists, hiding behind the double doors. It's grimy, it's gross. And Stown, it's only a matter of time. There's Twist delivering the killing blow, and FaZe are up to 15. Match and series point elimination on the line for Heroic.
Yeah, it was broky earlier. Now it's Twist. He's the savior of this T-side of Nuke, right? Not only that 2-on-5 that is, or yeah, 2-on-5 that Twist just goes absolutely ham in on the A side. But right there, that round, and great play for Olof, not just to, you know, buy time on that lower take, because the bomb went back to lobby. It didn't look like a B commit until Twist got so much space outside. Confirmed there was only 1 point of rotation for Heroic, and yeah, we're seeing some really nice rounds out of Olof and Twist today. Back on Inferno A site, they were beasts, and they're bringing that same heat here on Nuke. One more round ought to do it. Miss Nade, pressure's getting to him. cadiaN, he does have an AWP. It's been a while. He's going to walk down the vent. Does Olof know? Oh, he might have heard that scope. You've always got to be ready for something. Some trickery on this B site.
With this open play, like cadiaN's definitely going to be feeling pressure to be someone to make the plays to win this round. And with Rain, like a lamb to the slaughter into that AWP crosshair. Now you even spot a second man here. You haven't heard that famous fire off, so I don't know if you know there's 2 down on B, but cadiaN's fast with the reposition, ready for karrigan. And this is what we're saying, man. He was feeling the pressure to make a play. He was saying, like, look, I've got the big ticket item. I'm the guy who is going to have to inspire these dudes by making a play happen. And with that double, he might have kept the dream alive for Heroic.
If Rain just stayed in that corner on Secret, cadiaN would have walked past him. FaZe was so patient. He would have had a freebie. Instead, cadiaN adds another head-to-head win against Rain. Ramp given up as cadiaN watches it from lower. It's going to be that A walk. You might just have to be contact here. 2 mollies, 2 flashes. That's all you've got. CT vent molly going in. But FaZe in no hurry. They've burned 1 position. They've burned the hut as well. Shotgun up close for Shush. FaZe, a 3-on-5 that feels insurmountable. They're going to run out A. Shush up close, dead. Twist with a headshot as well, but it's down and refresh to keep it contained on the A site. Heroic, again, these low econ rounds where it's coming down to 1 or 2 guns. It's cadiaN stepping up yet again to save the day.
Yeah, and you know, think back to the last time that FaZe went for one of those low util A hits. It was that CT vent molly that gave them everything. Well, this time when it goes in and you don't get that, your second Molotov, you know, you were hoping to burn someone out close at hut with that shotgun and play, but it doesn't. You know, with neither of those 2 pieces of utility helping you get a bit of ground into the site, get that opener, it felt pretty doomed the moment cadiaN got that double.
We were here on Inferno, FaZe with map, and now match point. A couple of rounds lead, but far from comfort. This T-side has been stressful.
I mean, something that we mentioned coming into this is that, you know, every time these guys have faced on Nuke in the past, Heroic have won it, but there have been improvements in the scoreline, in the look out of FaZe. Yeah. In a way, it would almost be poetic if this went to overtime then, right? Because there's no game closer than that. It's a fast A-pop in this round, out through the door. Tessez mows them down with help from Refresh and Shush. And it's quick, it's pretty clean, and it's looking like 13 for Heroic.
Yeah, broky just trying to milk anything he can out of this round.
That was like a full investment out of FaZe as well. Like they weren't like mincing words here. You know, they threw everything into this round for a fast A-pop, and they are now left with nothing up against 13.
They're playing for 30, Harry.
Yeah.
Hint of overtime. I smell it in the air. Oh, that would have been nice, just to take a gun away to stop Heroic from making profit. But really, at this point, money isn't a factor for Heroic. They're winning every round until they're out of the tournament or hitting overtime. And they look confident.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're in these like comeback spots, you know, it's like you're just giving every round everything you've got, you know, like, because hell, you've got nothing to lose at this point, right? Like if one slips away, it's all over. It's probably not till you get into that 30th round. That's where you go, all right, well, we haven't just done all of this only to fall down at the last hurdle. That's where we maybe see them tuck in and be a little safer.
Just running out A with Glocks.
Yeah.
Go next.
Yeah, this was never meant to be a win, and so it's not. It's a clean round once more from Heroic. We're going the full 30 as we promised. The entire, you know, the entire game, the last hour, all comes down to this round. Either we run it back in overtime, Heroic keep fighting, they dodge elimination, maybe even just for a couple more rounds, or do FaZe deny this comeback, make it all for naught, and send Heroic home?
Map 3 is Mirage. It's on the tip of your tongue, unless you're a FaZe Clan fan. Why let it get any more stressful than it has? No AWP for FaZe. cadiaN's got his. It's been huge in this CT side. Stan pushed up outside. FaZe are delayed on their yard take, but smokes will come down. It's still a heavy lobby setup. Tessus with a deep smoke. Annoying timing. They would love to go, but Stan just spamming through. Someone could flash him if he wants to get involved, but no one wants to make that mistake. karrigan crosses to garage. I wonder if he was heard there because he jumped and hit the wall, so there would have been some noise. Stan doesn't know how close he's come to the in-game leader of FaZe. He's going to go hunting, though, going to go looking, flashed in, making steps. karrigan knows what's up, but Stan has the headshot. Now the ramp pop, cadiaN with a missed shot, and that could be everything.
Man, he's given us such a good game, but a first miss. This is where someone else has got to pick up the pieces. Stan is trying to volunteer to be that man, to be that hero. On for a double right now. Man advantage tipped in favor of Heroic still. There's even this ramp flank coming in, but Olof has provided the equalizer. Are they ready for ramp? Are they ready for it? They've just spotted refresh. Olof, another kill. broky there to help him. It's all on Stan. He needs the ace in a 1v2 clutch to take Heroic to overtime. Wrapping decon. Olof is low, but he's holding for this swing. Stan dead, and Heroic, they're done at IEM Winter FaZe. Soldier on, 16-14, and a comeback denied. It's FaZe Clan the victors in this series.